All right, in problem 154, we're taking a look at this cubic third-degree polynomial here and trying to figure out the different factors in the roots. So first of all, looking at the graph, we see that we have one real root here. We're going to have two complex roots then, because we have a third-degree polynomial and we have to have three roots. That one looks to be at x equals 2. And this part A says let's use the factor theorem to figure that out. Well, if we take a look at the factor theorem, what that actually means, it says that if x equals a is a 0, that means that x minus a is going to be a factor. So we've been working with that for a little while already. I'm also going to be using the remainder theorem just to double check that. So taking a look at the remainder theorem down here in the bottom, how I'm going to check that is that if x minus c is a factor, that means that p of c should equal 0. So on this problem, if x minus 2 is a factor, that means that p of 2 should then equal 0. And I'm going to test that out. So now, if I put 2 in right here for x, I'm going to have p of 2 to equal 2 cubed plus 4 times 2 squared plus 2 minus 26. That's going to give me 8 plus 16 plus 2 minus 26. Adding those together, that is 26. Minus 26 gives me 0, so it does work out. So I now know that x equals 2 is my definite 0, and I know that x minus 2 then is my factor. So what that's going to lead me to do then is some polynomial division with x minus 2. Starting off with x cubed here, that means I need to have x squared up top. Multiplying through, I get negative 2x squared. They have to add up to 4x squared, so I need to have a 6x squared. Give me plus 6x up top, negative 12x. They need to add up to a positive 1x, meaning that I need to have a 13x here. So that's plus 13. Multiplying it through gives me negative 26, and that matches, so we are good. So now my factors are x minus 2 and x squared plus 6x plus 13. So if those are my factors, now doing zero product property, I'm going to have this equals 0. I also will have x minus 2 equals 0. We've already determined that that was one of our roots. So x equals 2 is one of our roots. The other one, I'm going to do the quadratic formula. So I have the opposite of 6 plus or minus square root 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 13 divided by 2 times 1, which gives me negative 6 plus or minus 36 minus 52. Divided by 2. So now I have a negative 16 underneath the radical. So taking the square root of negative 16, I am now going to get negative 6 plus or minus 4i over 2. So I can simplify because the denominator will divide evenly into both terms of the numerator. So my answer now is going to be negative 3 plus or minus 2i. So now I have my three roots, x equals 2, and my other two are negative 3 plus 2i and negative 3 minus 2i. Hope that helps.